The Silence of Murder, a young adult crime novel penned by Dandi Daley Mackall in 2011, revolves around the murder of John Johnson, a highly regarded high school teacher and basketball coach. The investigation into this murder quickly places Jeremy Long, a student who has been mute since childhood, at the center of suspicion. Jeremy's younger sister, Hope, firmly believes that her brother is being unjustly scapegoated to shield the real culprit and makes it her mission to unearth the true murderer, thus exonerating Jeremy. The narrative delves into the challenges faced by disabled youth, particularly their vulnerability when society attempts to assign blame for its woes. The story opens with a portrayal of the Long siblings. 16-year-old Hope Long is Jeremy's staunchest supporter. Throughout the narrative, anecdotes underscore Jeremy's exceptional character, highlighting his positive attitude and unwavering moral compass. However, everything changes when Jeremy is implicated in the murder of Coach Johnson. Lacking the ability to defend himself due to his muteness, a consequence of his placement on the autism spectrum, Jeremy finds himself with few options for seeking justice through conventional means. Over the past decade, the community has marginalized him due to his muteness. Even though the lawyer exhibits some empathy, they are too disillusioned to pursue complete vindication for Jeremy, suggesting instead that Hope claim her brother is insane. Rejecting this notion, Hope knows that Jeremy is merely different, and she is determined to make others see his intrinsic goodness. Throughout multiple preliminary court hearings, Hope valiantly defends her brother, but her efforts prove futile. The adults dismiss her due to her youth and personal investment in the case. In addition, the opposing lawyers introduce seemingly incontrovertible evidence that Jeremy bludgeoned Coach Johnson to death with a baseball bat in his barn after school on the day the murder occurred. Hope, against daunting odds, teams up with her best friend TJ and Chase, the sheriff's son, who also happens to be her romantic interest. Their shared goal is to undermine an investigation that, in Hope's view, prioritizes expediency over justice. Along their journey, their efforts to gather evidence are repeatedly hindered by a series of mysterious events seemingly designed to intimidate them. For instance, they find themselves stalked by a white truck as it prowls through town, and false evidence surfaces to divert them from their pursuit. Initially, Hope suspects Mrs. Johnson as the murderer, speculating that she might have had motive to kill her husband due to a troubled marriage, greed, or an affair. However, their quest for evidence yields no results. This leads Hope and TJ to the Johnsons' barn, the very location of the murder. Inside, they stumble upon a checklist indicating that Mr. Johnson had been making substantial monthly payments to Hope's own mother, Rita Long. This revelation shocks Hope, as she had believed that Mr. Johnson barely knew her mother. She hopes beyond hope that her mother is not the murderer. As the case appears increasingly hopeless, Hope makes a final push to obtain evidence of Jeremy's innocence. While searching through Jeremy's room, she accidentally breaks a jar and discovers a piece of paper. This paper bears the date of the murder and Jeremy's whereabouts. It turns out that Jeremy had not been present at Coach Johnson's barn at the time of the murder. Instead, he had gone to collect air as a way to commemorate the anniversary of his father's death. The court learns the truth: Coach Johnson was Jeremy's biological father, which explains the significant child support payments made to Rita. On the day of his death, Coach Johnson and Rita had been arguing in the barn about his paternity. As the court realizes that Jeremy is innocent, it grapples with the question of who had actually killed Coach Johnson. Unexpectedly, Chase steps forward, confessing that he accidentally killed his coach with the baseball bat. With Chase accepting responsibility, Jeremy is finally released to return home with his mother and sister. Chase's fate remains uncertain, marked only by a charge of accidental manslaughter. However, the story's conclusion hints at a brighter future for the Long family, suggesting that they go on to lead a contented life. At its core, The Silence of Murder underscores the importance of providing special care and attention to the often marginalized voices of individuals with disabilities. The narrative illuminates how the justice system frequently falls short of its duty to ensure equal protection for all members of society. Structured as a classic murder mystery, the novel casts the scapegoat sister as the central character, determined to redeem her brother's reputation in the eyes of their community. Dandi Daley Mackall's work conveys a heartwarming message about the power of love and family to fill the gaps left by formal systems that sometimes fall short. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.